What if the only thing standing between you and total freedom is a fear that you no longer have to live with? Hi, my name is Paul Hunter, a clinical hypnotherapist here at Cork Hypnosis Clinic, where for years now I've been helping people from all over Ireland overcome fears and phobias that in some cases they've lived with for many, many years, maybe most of their lives. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt your heart race at the thought of flying on an aeroplane? Have you ever avoided public speaking because you're terrified of embarrassment? Or have you ever felt that surge of panic when you see a spider or walk out on a high balcony? Or maybe think about getting in a lift? And of course there are hundreds of different fears, but whatever your individual fear is, when you're in it, it feels real, it feels urgent, and it feels overwhelming. One of the big problems with fears and phobias is they don't tend to stay at the same level. They tend to keep growing. In other words, the more you practice your fear, the bigger it gets. Over the years, I've worked with people who have gotten a ferry and joined their family on holidays. The rest of the family flew off to their destination, and this person got a ferry instead. Sounds crazy, right? I've worked with people who have literally turned down promotions in their workplace because that promotion came with public speaking. Those are just a couple of examples. But the one truth is, and this is common to all fears and phobias, every time you avoid something that you fear, it just reinforces in your mind that your mind was right all along to fear that thing. And over time, of course, that can have a really big effect on your confidence. And some people say to themselves, it's just who I am. But that's not the truth. It is not who you are. It's what you have learned. And because you've learned it, you can unlearn it using the right techniques. Here at Cork Hypnosis Clinic, I use a powerful combination of hypnotherapy, NLP and CBT to help people to break that fear cycle, often a lot quicker than they were expecting. Hypnotherapy helps us to rewire that part of the brain that associates that thing or that activity with fear and changing it into maybe enjoyment instead. NLP works with the way that you perceive things, those pictures in your mind, those sounds in your mind related to your fear, those sensations related to your fear, and the internal self-talk related to the fear, and just changes that so that you can have a different outcome. And CBT gives you the tools to instantly challenge that negative thought that kicks off the fear when you're in the vicinity of the thing that you fear. And of course, there are some cases that I've worked with in a very public scenario. On the Neil Prendeville show on Red FM, I helped a girl to overcome her fear of flying so that she could go on her honeymoon. And her reaction when she got to the destination was to ring Neil and to say that that flight was pretty amazing, that she was calm and relaxed and laughing and joking throughout the flight. On another occasion, I worked with a lady who had agoraphobia, who hadn't left her house in 3 years. And after just one session, she left the house and visited her mother's grave, and hadn't even been able to do that in the previous 3 years. So there are many well documented examples of people overcoming fears using hypnosis. And it is, in my opinion, the number one way to overcome a fear or phobia. And let's be clear here, this isn't about forcing yourself to face your fear. Quite the opposite, actually. It's about training your brain to relax in the vicinity of that thing that you previously feared. So if your fear or phobia has been ruining your quality of life and you'd like to finally overcome it, then click on the link just below this YouTube video. That'll take you to the Fears and Phobias page of my website, where you'll find further links to individual fears and phobias, and some more information, some more resources, and ways in which to contact me to schedule an appointment if you wish.